No, Amon was not from a non-bending family. He was from a bender from the North Water tribe. In fact, he was from Yukon. He's another one of Yukon's bastard children. Well, I call them bastards. No, he was married. You all remember Yukon's sweet wife, right? McDumbass over there. And, as we can expect, he enjoyed full advantages of being Yukon's son. As soon as he, emerged his abilities as a waterbender, Yukon snapped back into evil mode, because of course that was gonna happen. Of course that was gonna fucking happen. I mean, what's a fan fiction without problems, am I right? And, he began to take, advantage of his children and teaching them how to bloodbend. Oh, get this! Amon, fucking inherited his father's ability to psychic bloodbend. That sounds real fucking original. Isn't that the same with all Sonic OCs that happen to be related to Sonic? They, like, have his speed or something because they're related? I don't know. Anyway, and so we get to see Amon, or Noah Fuck, as he calls himself, being an abused little child who's all sad and shit, and he's defending his little brother who's not nearly as talented as he is, and when his father comes down on his little brother, he intervenes and protects him and says, "You're weak, Daddy, the Avatar is better than you because he took your bending." And then he turns around to his brother and goes, "Let's run away together." His brother's like, "Nah, bro, I don't want to." And he's like, "Oh, wait, no, you're a weakling," and runs away. Doesn't make sense, does it? It's like, hey, Noah, fuck, what were you going for here? Are you protecting your little brother, or are you just being a dipshit like your dad? I don't think you know your motivations. I don't think the writers know your motivation. And you know what I gathered from that flashback? From what I gather, Amon's only intention, the only thing he cared about all this time, was proving he was better than the Avatar, because the Avatar was the only one better than a bloodbender. That's what I got from the conversation, and you know what? That's kind of fucking stupid. And before you say that's not his motivation at all, why did he start the Equalist? He's not a non-bender. Why the fuck does he give a care about non-benders? His dad had his bending taken away. I know he didn't love his fucking dad. Who was he defending? He was defending nobody. The Equalists were ultimately just a vessel for him to get his face in the news. Oh my shit. So, A, he was a liar. He never cared about equality. In fact, never once in the series did I see him actually doing charities or shit to support non-benders. He was attacking benders, but not defending non-benders. I noticed that. And I really should have known that he was a bloodbender with what happened to him in the episode with Tarlok that I mentioned before, because only a bloodbender can overcome bloodbending. But, you know, even if he was a bloodbender, I wasn't going to get mad about it because he was using it defensively. If he was using his bloodbending to make sure he didn't get his own ass kicked, I was going to be perfectly okay with that. But nope, here comes the hypocrite part. He used his bending actively. He fought like a bender. He used blood bending to fight his opponents and somehow lock their chi, or permanently steal their bending. Alright, how the fuck does blood bending stop the ability to bend? How the fuck does that work? That sounds pretty fanfiction-y to me. That sounds like the ability to bend shadows and shit. That sounds like bullshit to me, actually. And you know, even Tarlok, when asked, he goes, somehow. That was the writers. That was how the writers explained it. How does blood bending seal off your spirit energy? Somehow. That's how. That's bullshit. That is fucking bullshit. And you know what? Even if Amon did use his blood bending to do what he set out to do, even if he was a fucking hypocrite, I wouldn't mind so much if it wasn't for the next part, if he wasn't a fucking coward and a bully. Oh my shit. When things stopped going his way, Amon turned tail and ran. The brave, unstoppable brick wall Amon turned his tail and ran. Oh shit. Oh shit, I better get the fuck out of here. Well, better run away with my brother because this whole Equalist plan didn't work out. Are you fucking kidding me? If there was one thing I could say about Amon before the season finale is that he had an unbreakable will. He seemed like the kind of guy who would die for what he believed in. Turned out that wasn't the case. He died because he was fucking retarded, and even Tarlok thought so. I love how he got found out, by the way. One, that burn on his face, it was fucking marker or something. Are you serious? That is weak. Marker? And the reason why I call it marker is because it wore off in water. Some people, heard someone say that it was a scar, and that he unintentionally healed himself. And no, that looked like makeup coming off to me. It really did. And I love how he got his ass, revealed to his supporters. All this time, Amon had been very careful not to let anyone know that he was a bender. And then suddenly, and this is quite contrived, let me tell you, he fucking forgets not to waterbend in front of everyone, and waterbends in front of everyone. Hey, no fuck, you're a dumbass. You're in broad daylight and you're bending. I wonder how that's gonna make everyone feel. You fucking dumbass bitch whore. So, he's a hypocrite, he's a coward, he goes running back to Tarlok, saying shit like, oh, hey bro, I missed you, man, you wanna go back home with me and hang out like we always should have? You know what? It doesn't seem like you love your brother to me because you fucking kicked his ass and took his bending. That didn't seem very brotherly. Noah, fuck. Shit. And then, oh my gosh, that last image of him just sailing away on a boat. Looking about, it makes me sick. Look at him. Does he look like a brave, noble leader? No. He looks like a grinning man-child who's just gleefully running away from a mess he made without taking any responsibility for it at all. Oh my shit. It's like Tarlok understood how much I hated the season finale, and then he blew up the boat. Because even he realized how much stupid went into Amon. Oh, and, by the way, he's a fucking bully. When Amon revealed accidentally to the lieutenant that he was a bloodbender, the lieutenant voiced my thoughts clearly. He devoted his life to Amon. He devoted his dedication to the Equalist, but Amon turned out to be a liar. And instead of talking to his right-hand man and convincing him that he did what he had to do to get the Equalist message across, Amon just cemented his, image as a cowardly bully and tore to pieces his own lieutenant. He never gave a shit about the Equalists. He never gave a shit about anything that they believed in. He never cared about what they were fighting for. He never cared for their equality. He just cared about showing off how much better he was than the Avatar, because apparently the Avatar is the only thing better than bloodbending. When his dad said that to him, he was like, challenge accepted, and then wasted so many years of everyone's life for the stupid Equalist ruse just so he can have a chance at the Avatar. Just so he can prove to the world, I'm better than the Avatar. Really? 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 That was kind of weak. That was really kind of weak. It's like in the season finale, the writers realized, hey, what the fuck are we going to do with Amon? We don't know. We didn't plan this far ahead. Here, go on the internet, scrape up some fan fictions, pour it all together, and we'll call it quits, okay? Let's wrap this thing up as quickly and messily and sloppily as we can so we can get on to season 2. I can't wait to see what season 2 is going to be about. Korra and Maka's relationship, that's exciting as fuck. Oh my shit. What happened? Amon just fell to pieces. He was nothing. That was not Amon at all. That was just, I don't know what the hell that was, but I couldn't even believe it, what I was seeing at the time, and it actually took me a day after to realize that it was all canon. This wasn't a fan fiction I was reading. This was the episode. This was canon. Amon was not some great ambassador of the spirits. He was not a vigilante. He was not a warrior for non-benders. He wasn't a hero to anyone. He was just a sniveling little coward and a bully. What? I wish I could summon a bit more anger, but I'm just sad and disappointed. I'm just sad and disappointed, guys. What the fuck happened? Why? What the fuck happened? Why did they do this? This was not the season finale I wanted. I wanted to see Korra have to rise up to Amon's level and face him on political terms. I wanted her to face the reality that she cannot just overcome everything with her fist, and she really has to put some thinking into it. I wanted her to mature and overcome, not even overcome Amon, just try it to submit. Sort of. To put her pride aside and say, maybe you're right. How can we work together to see that both sides are satisfied? But no. She could not do that. So, to make up for Korra's lack of everything, they had to do this to Amon. Oh my gosh. The season finale was not this season did not go out with a bang. It went out with a whimper. I know you all know where that quote's from, and it did go out in the whimper. It felt terrible. I hated it. Why? I hated everything. I hated everything. It didn't even make any Amon theories. I don't even mind that he wasn't what a lot of people thought he was. Would have been okay if he was a bloodbender. It would have been okay if he was from the water tribe. It would have been okay. But it wasn't just that. It was that he was nothing he was supposed to be. He was nothing he was built up to be. It was like walking into a room and having this great shadow fall over you, only to look up and realize it's just a mouse standing in front of a lamp. Guys, this was the nail in the coffin for me. If this is how the writers are going to handle a character they had spent so much time building up to be a threat, then I do not want to see how they handle the rest of the series. I know I'm only going to be in for disappointment. I know I'm only going to be in for bullshit. And congratulations, Mako and Korra is now a thing. I'm so glad that that happened. I mean, I was holding my breath, weren't you guys? So, as I conclude this video, I think I'm going to say the only two things I enjoyed about this finale were, surprisingly, Iroh 2. Every time he was on screen, he was kicking ass. He was efficient. He did not waste anyone's time being stupid. He had shit to do, and he got shit done. Also, Uncle Boomy looks like he's a real fucking riot. I don't think we'll be seeing more of him, though. If I know the series, he'll probably just won't even be mentioned in the next season at all. He looked great, though. I'm ultimately disappointed with how Amon was treated, how Korra ended up, how Asami and her father ended, how Bolin just eventually got pushed to the back of the group, and he's just that one guy who just talks sometimes, and it's funny. I was disappointed how Lynn's sacrifice was made null and void. I was disappointed at how the lieutenant was betrayed, and how the Equalists were betrayed, and how all of my expectations were betrayed. Amon just... No, not Amon. Noah, fuck. Yeah, Noah, fuck. He can go fuck himself. This is your box of hobo. I should probably say something about the boat scene, but at this point, I just don't fucking care. Let me just say that was not in character, if you ask me. Tarlok, the man whom I pointed out before, always had a way out of something. He didn't seem like a quitter to me. And I saw no motivation for his suicide. I saw no motivation, no reason, no logic. It made no sense to me. It didn't feel like something Tarlok would do. It was just the writer's way of killing him on off. So congratulations on that beautiful piece of writing, you brilliant people. I'm going to go find a new way to occupy my time. I'm going to get back to writing my story, and thanks for teaching me what not to do whenever I'm writing. This has been your box of hobo saying, I'm so sad. I had such high expectations for this series, guys. I was so excited. And all it turned out to be was a shit fest on top of plot holes and inconsistent writing.